Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today let's enjoy another beautiful story, Cinderella. There was once a man whose wife died after a prolonged illness. He had a lovely and sweet-natured daughter named Cinderella. The widower married again, but his second wife turned out to be cruel and haughty woman. Cinderella's stepmother had two daughters from her previous marriage. Cinderella's stepmother was rude to her and made her do all the household chores. Cinderella was treated harshly by her stepsisters too. She did whatever she could to please them, but they bullied her and never thanked her for all that she did for them. One day, a messenger arrived with an invitation to a royal ball from the prince. Cinderella's stepmother told her daughters excitedly, "It will be a grand ball, my dears. You must wear your finest dresses." Cinderella's stepsisters were very excited and started preparing for the ball. Now Cinderella also wished to attend the ball. "What shall I wear?" asked Cinderella. "You're not invited. Just look at yourself," said her stepmother. Cinderella made new ball gowns for her stepsisters with the finest materials. She worked from morning till night, and soon the beautiful gowns were ready. At last, the day of the ball arrived. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball dressed magnificently. When she saw them leave, Cinderella sighed. "I wish I could go to the ball too." Cinderella was very sad. She rushed to the attic, crying bitterly. Suddenly, there was a flash of light. A lovely fairy appeared and said, "I am your fairy godmother. Why are you crying, my child?" "I want to attend the royal ball," replied Cinderella. "You shall go to the ball," said the fairy godmother. "But how? Look at me and my clothes," said Cinderella. "Get up, dear, and do as I say," continued the fairy godmother. "Fetch me a pumpkin and 4 mice that you will find in the cellar. Also, get me a frog from the pond." Cinderella rushed to the garden and returned with a pumpkin, 4 mice, and a frog. The fairy godmother touched them with her magic wand. The pumpkin became a shining coach. The mice became 4 fine horses, and the frog changed into a coachman. Cinderella was amazed. Next, the fairy godmother touched Cinderella with her wand and changed her old torn clothes into the most beautiful gown that Cinderella had ever seen. Then she gave Cinderella a pair of glass slippers. "Well, my child, now you are ready to go to the ball," she said. Now let's see what happened next. As Cinderella sat in the carriage, the fairy godmother warned her, "Remember to be back home before midnight, for my magic won't work after that." Cinderella promised that she would return before midnight. She thanked her fairy godmother and left for the ball. When Cinderella entered the ballroom, everyone was fascinated by her beauty. Even her stepmother and stepsisters couldn't recognize her. The Prince Charming fell in love with her and danced only with her. She happily danced with the prince but forgot about her promise to the fairy godmother. Time sped by, and then the clock began to strike 12. When Cinderella heard the clock, she rushed out of the ballroom. As Cinderella ran down the stairway, one of her glass slippers fell off her feet. She hurried away in her carriage. The prince stood there, speechless, holding her glass slipper in his hand. By the time Cinderella got home, her dress had changed to rags and the carriage was gone. When her stepsisters returned with their mother, Cinderella asked, "How was the ball?" "It was magnificent, but the prince danced with only one very beautiful princess," the stepsisters replied sadly. Meanwhile, the prince wanted to find the beautiful girl who had fled from the ball, for he was madly in love with her, but no one knew anything about her. Then the prince thought of a solution. A proclamation was made that the prince would marry the girl whose foot fit in the glass slipper. Soon a minister was sent around the kingdom with the glass slipper. Finally, the minister came to Cinderella's house. The stepsisters tried really hard to squeeze their feet into the slipper, but they could not. Then the minister noticed the shy Cinderella standing in one corner. He asked her to try the glass slipper. Her stepsisters laughed aloud as Cinderella tried the glass slipper. Now let's see what happened next in the story, shall we? The minister exclaimed, "The slipper fits her!" Everybody was surprised. Cinderella took the other glass slipper from her pocket. The very next day, Cinderella and the prince got married and they lived happily ever after. What a beautiful story it was! I hope you liked it too. Like, share and subscribe. Bye.